Welcome back to my channel, guys. It is TT here, and I'm excited to be here as always. Because of course I'm happy to come read with you guys. That being said, I hope you guys are doing well. I gotta do a quick check-in with you guys. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you are keeping your head high. I know it's so much going on right now, but we just have to, take it one step at a time. And, you know, every little progress is a progress, right? So, that being said, if you are new here, my name is Titi, and I just come here to read to you guys while you eat your popcorn, drink your cup of tea, and while you just relax. I know we just don't read any type of book. We read books that empower us. We read books that help us to embrace every part of ourselves as we go through our healing journey or our, life purpose. Um, right now, we are reading this book called The Divine Feminine Energy by Mari Silva. I know we recently well, not recent, probably like 3 to 4 episodes ago. I don't know. I'm still obsessed with the books, so pardon me that I'm gonna keep talking about it. So it's The Way of the Priestess is by Sarah Coxon. This was a good read, and I'm sure if you go back to read from the other episodes, you see what I'm talking about. I just love the book. But back to this. So we are currently reading the Divine Feminine Energy by Mari Silva, and I know we stopped at page 23 on the last episode. And also, so what we do is after reading, we also read some oracle cards because why not? Just for some guidance. So I hope you have your cup of tea and your popcorn. If not, you can pause the video and grab some. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share, support. You never know how you're also like spreading the message to other people as well. You're spreading it to other people who need to hear the message as well. So we are all doing the work together, whether you believe it or not. We are all doing it. You know, we're just doing it differently. So thank you guys for your support. So now we are going to get into it. Um, the last episode we read about some archetypes, which we're still going to continue because the next topic says the other feminine archetypes, right? So we're going to start with that. Now we have the warrior. The warrior archetype is about justice. She's not afraid to fight. When you embody this archetype, you find it difficult to condone wrongdoing, say nothing, and act like it didn't happen. You are not a person who will miss word. You are unafraid to tell it exactly as it is. You do more than speak up. You act to correct injustice when you can. Whenever you cannot help others, you will rally every resource and person you can to assist you. As the warrior, you don't care about your personal safety because you are committed to the mission of setting things right. Think of yourself as a mother bear, fiercely protecting her young to death. That's that is what it means to embody this archetype. You couldn't care less about whether or not you make enemies as long as you restore justice and balance. You aren't concerned about being inconvenienced or having your comfort taken from you as long as you ensure justice prevails. Being a warrior means you are a physical person. Your mind and body possess stamina, strength, and resilience beyond compare. You are an inspiration to others around you. You know how to transmute the energies of rage and anger and channel them towards productive ends. Women in history who have embodied this archetype include Rosa Parks and Joan of Arc. So I actually relate so much with the warrior, and that's why a lot of people don't like me, and that's why I really don't have any problems with not being liked because my purpose here is not to be liked by anybody. And so just because I stand my ground, stand on like by the truth, a lot of people tend to have problems with that. But honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I don't care. You know, hey, I just don't care. I mean, I've tried to care, but I just can't bring myself to caring. So I don't care what you think, as long as I'm passing my message and I'm doing the right thing by others. And if you think that you're gonna bully other people on my watch when I'm there, you have to think again, because I'm not gonna let that happen. And I was talking to someone the other day about when I was like really young in high school. This is a funny story, but I'm not gonna tell you guys in full detail. But I promise you, I'm not like an aggressive person. But like in school, whenever I would see someone try to bully another person, I just step in, and if it has to get physical, it got physical. I'm not an aggressive person. It's just I couldn't watch someone else bully another person. It's not gonna happen on my watch. And now that I'm even grown and I'm still growing, I'm still not gonna watch someone else get bullied, around me. So it's not gonna happen, And I don't care if you don't like me, because what? I don't care. I don't care if if you know what your purpose is in this life, you would care less about other people liking you, because guess what, even when you do the best thing ever, people are still going to have something to say about you. And that should never be your problem. That's going to be their problem. I'm still going to lay in bed, go to sleep at night. That's it. So now we're going to talk about the enchantress. The enchantress archetype is about mystery. Her function is seduction. In this energy, you are more open to the unknown, daring to leave your comfort zone for the wild world beyond what you understand. As the enchantress, you are no longer tethered to your past because you refuse to be defined by it. Instead, you are magnetized toward the future, drawn by the siren call of your dream and the possibility of what could be. The enchantress's aura is magnetic, drawing everyone in. She sweetly helps you realize your trusts, desires, and dares you to pursue them. Why? She wants you to see how much more magical your life could become if you left the comfort zone of the familiar. The enchantress is charismatic, and barely a soul can withstand her charm. You are confident when you embody this archetype, and it's hard not to see that. You are a bold, brilliant light, so bright that you force others to do a double take whenever you walk into the room. The world is your stage. You are the leading lady. Everyone else is a supporting actor or extra, but you are not an obnoxious leading lady. You are a mirror for others, showing them how much more they could be. Those who are too insecure to withstand the brightness of your light have no choice but to turn away or get out of your way, because you have no intention of dimming your glory for their comfort. Historical enchantresses include Mata Hari, Cleopatra, Eva, Eva Peron, Jacqueline Kennedy, and Madame de Pompadour. So the enchantress, um, I want to say I relate a little bit with this, and that's because I always talk to people about how I'm sorry, I cannot bring myself down to meet you. You can either catch up or go away, right? I just can't. I've actually tried that before. I've been in situations where I've tried to dim my light, like literally bring myself down so that other people don't feel intimidated by me. Because most of my life, even though I don't even say anything, but just my presence, it's like kind of like it intimidates people. And I'm like, I'm not trying to intimidate you. Like, I'm the sweetest person ever. I just want to be here. I just want to be myself without you being, without you, without you being intimidated by me, you know. And when I start to realize that it's not going to work that way, no matter how much I even try to dim my light, no matter how much I try to bring myself down, some people are still never going to catch up. So what is the point exactly of why, what is the point of bringing myself down? Makes no sense. So I just told myself, no, I am not doing that for anybody. Sorry, not sorry. We have the lover. Playing out this archetype makes you passionate and on fire for life. A sensual person, nothing escapes your notice. You pick up on everything from textures to smells, colors to sounds, etc. You're a person who understands the value of being present, ever rooted in the here and now. You realize that life is romance, not in the shallow way depicted in books and movies, but in how you approach everything with a lover's heart. As present as you are, you recognize that the past has valuable treasures. When life becomes too dark and burdens too heavy to bear, you look for the good in your situation. The love you carry in your heart that helps you relentlessly press forward, unafraid and willing to drop your ego with reckless abandon. As the lover, you are aware of your worth. You know that you have unquestionable value. Therefore, nothing is too good for you. You recognize that you deserve the best in life and understand that others do too. No one is more aware of the fleeting nature of life than in full in return. You are aware that your love puts you in a vulnerable position where you could be hurt, but you understand it's par for the course. It's not enough to make you withdraw or retreat. If you'd like to understand this archetype better, you should read Rumi's work. I relate a lot with the lover, and I know. So I know, like, okay, so I'm laughing because I know if like probably one of my loved ones says this and I say I relate with a lover, they're gonna be like, "Ah, she's so logical for that." Yes, I am logical, but it doesn't mean that I don't have my emotional side. And I think people should just give me a break. They should think about how, like, whenever they need someone to step in for something and they call me, I step in immediately. You think if I don't have that compassion and that love inside of me, you think I'll be able to always step in for you and always be able to get things done for you and always be able to consider your feelings before I even do anything? It took me forever to actually learn to make sure that I use my discernment, because as someone who has the lover's archetype, right? You just want to keep giving your love to anybody, anytime, anywhere, because it just naturally comes out. You don't force it. I don't force that energy out of me. It's literally like something I just get in and do. And it took me a lot to really, really learn to not step in when I shouldn't step in, and not just give out my energy and not just give out my love to like people who do not deserve it. And I try to tell other people as well. People are going to take advantage of that part of you. And that's one thing that you want to avoid. You do not want to put yourself in situations where you are just giving, literally giving all your energy, your love, and it's like even the people you're giving it to, they don't even appreciate it. And just but because that's your type of person, even though it's draining you, you keep doing it. But no, it takes another sitting with yourself, self-love, and just reflection and doing all of those things for you to realize, to learn when to give this energy to other people and when to keep it to yourself. Okay, so we have the healer. And before I read the healer, I just want you to know that that is my main archetype, the healer. The healer archetype considers everything to be whole. Others may see brokenness, others may see brokenness and imperfection, but that's not how she views the world. Our heart is sensitive and bleeds for others, unable to look upon people who are suffering without feeling empathy and compassion. Similar to the warrior archetype, the healer archetype does not rest in the face of pain and suffering. However, her approach is gentler. When you are the healer, you take care of others and yourself because you understand that you cannot give what you don't have. You know the intricate connection between body, mind, and spirit, and that all three aspects of self must be nurtured and tended to. The healer naturally knows what would help every situation. The body and the earth have wisdom beyond compare, and as the healer, you have the intuitive ability to connect with the wisdom, with this wisdom. So you know what would work as a solution or a healing medicine at any point in time, regardless of the alignment. You will embody this energy more with a mindfulness practice like meditation. Mother Teresa would have been a great example of the healer archetype, but she gave in to her dark side and expressed it toxically. So I told you guys how I relate a lot with the warrior, and you see how it's saying here that the healer archetype is kind of like a warrior, but in a gentle way. And the thing again is about understanding that you cannot always give without also pouring into your cup. And that's one thing I had to learn. Remember, I was just talking about that with you guys. And then we have the visionary. The visionary is also called the prophet or the seer. Traditionally, the people who embody this archetype are known for predicting the future. There's more to this archetype than envisioning possibilities. She takes action, channeling her energy towards inspiring herself and others to move towards what could be. One of the most fascinating things about the visionary is the power that lies within her voice. She has a way with words that draws heart and minds towards her message. She understands the power of the spoken word and how it can move people towards healing or destruction. Many people fear the unknown, refusing to try something new because it's never been done before. However, this archetype couldn't care less about whether or not a thing has ever been done. She's far more interested in potential, which lies beyond the realms of the familiar and the known. She transmutes the energy of fear into courage and faith. With these traits, she rides into new territories and conquers them for the benefit of everyone. Famous oracles include Cassandra of Troy, Deborah the prophet, Miriam, Moses' sister, and the Delphi oracle Cybele. That's interesting. I think I understand like the seer as well because I've actually seen a couple of like a seer in different oracle books that I literally like I read. So yeah. So we have the creator. The creator desires to express life and beauty in every way possible. She can craft worlds yet unimagined by any mind and bring them to pass. Where others see what eyes will allow them to see, the creator sees beyond what is. Not only that, but she can also bring what she sees into physical reality. If you embody the creator archetype, you understand you're not doing the creation yourself. Instead, you're serving as a channel or a conduit to allow creativity to flow through you and take whatever form it will. Whether it's a pair of socks you're knitting or a piece of music you're composing, the creator is most fulfilled when she can create. If you have been feeling depressed or out of touch with life, you may find it helpful to tap into the side of yourself. Excellent examples of this archetype include Jane Austen, Virginia Woolf, Augusta Savage, Louisa Borges. I hope I didn't butcher that. In Sappho. I'm a creator. Um, I know like sometimes I would have like mental blocks. As a matter of fact, let me tell you guys something. I've tried various ways to create, right? I would feel like, oh, you know what, I can create this, I can create this. I get bored or whatever. But as soon as I found what my purpose was, to like come here and literally like express things like this with all of you, you guys, to help you guys with your journey, and also help me as well, because we never stop. It's a journey, it keeps going. um I never feel bored. As a matter of fact, I'm always excited to come up here to read with you guys, and I'm always having something to read with you guys. And that's the interesting part of really, really finding your purpose and being in alignment with your purpose. So let's read the Queen archetype. This archetype is all about building a legacy. Every archetype is capable of being a leader. However, the queen is a natural at this. You should know that all of the archetypes, she is the most masculine leaning. When you are the embodiment of the queen, you understand how powerful it is to approach every problem using strategy, and you realize that your goal is to serve a purpose higher than your personal ambition. Your decisions are not selfish, as you settle upon them only after thorough consideration of everyone and everything that will be affected. You realize the importance of considering the consequences. While you recognize the allure of living life on your own terms, you choose to sacrifice it in pursuit of goals beyond the ordinary. By doing this, you plunge your life into meaningful depths for far beyond what others could possibly fathom. And that's literally me, because remember when I was telling you that if any of my loved ones sees me talking about I have the lovers archetype, they're gonna be laughing because they think I'm more of the queen archetype, literally, which I am. But you just gotta find a balance, right? There has to be when you need your masculine energy and your feminine energy. So you just need to find a balance, you know? All right. Like the warrior, you have unparalleled energy. You don't allow anything to take your focus away from your highest calling and purpose. While you're always paying attention to various perspectives and opinions on what will be the best course of action, you alone are the final arbiter who determines what should happen. When you make your pronouncements, they are not up for negotiation or discussion. Everyone must fall in line with your decree. Individuals who exhibited the true queen energy include Margaret Thatcher, Queen Elizabeth I, Queen Elizabeth II, and Queen Victoria. Athena, the Greek goddess of materials, strategy, and wisdom. Pharaoh Hatshepsut, and Pharaoh Nefertiti. All right. So we the last archetype is the priestess, which we're all here for. Okay. Nothing matters more to the priestess archetype than enlightenment. Being a mystic, she deserves to see the connection between all things physical and spiritual. As a priestess, you do not condemn anything as being profane, because you realize that all things spring from one source and therefore are sacred. You have the critical role of reminding people of their divine origins and calling them back to their true selves. As the healer and the warrior do, you desire nothing more than to bring things back to their proper order. However, you fight this battle on the spiritual, energetic plane. You bring people back to the truth of who they are by transmuting darkness into life. You've spent time in isolation studying the ways of spirit and how it expresses itself in the physical world, intuitively aware of the old ways and knowing how to use them. You create a life that works for all. Others may think of miracles as one offs, things that only happen now and then. But for you, miracles are moment to moment things where people see nothing but a dead end. You see a way through every time. You know you could never be stuck because you are never alone. You carry within the divine power of the ultimate source of all things. This is the power of God. You recognize that even though things seem random and chaotic, they are according to divine script that cannot be altered and ultimately lead to the enlightenment of everyone. You take the verse: ask and you shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you, quite literally. Not because you're delusional, but because that has been your life experience. Example of the people who has embodied this energy includes Rabbi Al-Dawiya, Al-Kasaya, I'm sorry with these names, honestly, guys, Laleshwari, Hildegard of Bingen, Therese of Lisieux, Maribel Alexandra David Neal, and Hazard Baba John. So, guys, the priestess archetype, I think you should already know. If you should literally already know, like, if this is your archetype. Well, I know it's mine because, as you all see, it's just a different feeling, energy, right? All right, so let me ask you, what's your archetype? I've read a few as well, even the previous episode as well. What is your archetype? Having read through all these archetypes, you may find yourself a bit confused because you recognize yourself in each one, which that's me. It almost makes you assume that the whole concept of archetype must be nonsense, doesn't it? There's no such thing as having one particular archetype. You can fluidly move from one to another or embody several at the same time. However, you may have noticed that you approach life through the lens of a specific archetype more than the others. This awareness will help you navigate your existence much better than you have been doing. Why? You will find a way to balance all this archetype, moving fluidly from one to another as needed, because every situation in life requires different strategies and tactics to approach them. When you can recognize your dominant feminine archetype and integrate them, you transform your life for the better. Before heading on to the next chapter, here are questions to reflect on to understand your inner world better. Of all the archetypes presented, which feels closest to your aspirations and experiences? As you ponder individual aspects of your life, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, which archetype do you embody the most in each one? Which archetype were you the last connected to? Why do you think that is? Which archetype do you wish you could embody but feel like you can't? Why? The chapter to come will help you discover who you are and connect you to your unique expressions of the divine feminine energy, particularly regarding the four major feminine archetypes. Okay, guys, so we are going to stop there, page 29, and then we will continue with page 30 on the next episode. But that was a good read. Oh my God, that was so good. I felt it. I felt it. So yes, guys, tell me in the comment. Tell me what archetype you feel connected to the most. Tell me which ones that you also feel connected to, or the ones that you wish that you could connect to, but you're finding it difficult to connect to. Let me know in the comment. So I'm gonna read your cards and then pick some stickers. So I have here, if you pay close attention, you will notice all the doors that once closed are opening up, just in different form. Things may not appear exactly as you had envisioned. You know how we ask for things and then when we pray to God for things and then, you know, they didn't happen exactly the way we wanted them to happen, but they happened in a different way. But because it happened in a different way, we didn't recognize that actually that had already happened. That's what this is saying. It's telling you that, those doors that they're opening, you just don't see them, so you may have to pay attention. So we have, when a door doesn't open, don't waste your energy trying to make it open. It is closed for a reason. You are being redirected to something far bigger and better. Endings are part of the cycle of life. They make way for wonderful new beginnings and opportunities, and which is true, literally. And then we have never allow yourself to be taken for granted. It is better to remove yourself from situation than to be treated less than you deserve. You are precious and worthy. This is so crazy because I put out this card like the other day for you guys. Um, okay, so we have, what area of your life are you avoiding? Are they causing you upset, worried, disrupted sleep? If so, these are the areas you need to focus on. As much as you don't want to, it is necessary. It is necessary. Tackle your demons heads on. Don't allow them to rule you for a second longer. All right, guys, I'm gonna shuffle out this sticker. So this might be loud if you're using your headset. Please, you may want to take that off. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle these cards, and then all right, let's see all the stickers that we're gonna get. All right. So first, you have great job. Great job. So whatever you're doing, great job. Your guides wanted to say great job. I this does this say cheat your future? It says cheat your future. I don't know what that means, but it says cheat your future. Cheat your future. You heard that right. And then we have, you can do it. You can definitely do it. You can. And then we have, let your dream come true. Let your dream come true. We have, what do we have here? We have, dear friends, if we deliberately continue sinning after we have received knowledge of the truth, there is no longer any sacrifice that will cover these sins. And that is Hebrews 10:26. And then we have, Lord, may my children see a marriage worth imitating when they look at our marriage. That is Ephesians 5:1-2. And then we have, you will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast because he trusts in you. And that is Isaiah 26, verse 3. And then we have, when you go through deep waters, I will be with you. When you go through rivers of difficulty, you will not drown. And that is Isaiah 43, 2. We have, but he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. And that is 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9. And then we have, Jesus was rejected indeed by men, but chosen by God. The rejection of man is meaningless if God's favor is upon you. 1 Peter 2:4. Nobody cares if any human rejects it. No, don't even care at all, because it does nothing for you. It does nothing, absolutely nothing. As long as God has chosen you, as long as you are the chosen one, you shouldn't care if anyone rejects you. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. And that is Deuteronomy 31:6. We have, love them anyway. That is Luke 23:34. And then we have, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any moral excellence, and if there is any praise, dwell on these things. And that is Philippians 4:8. We have, though he slay me, yet I will trust him. Even so, I will defend my own ways before him. And that is Job 13:15. And then we're almost out of here, guys. And then we have, and after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace, who has called you to his eternal glory in Christ, will himself restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. And that is First Peter 5:10. And then here we have, in my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. And that is Jonah 2:2. We have, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And that is Luke 12:32. And we have, O Lord my God, I cried to you, and you have healed me. And that is Psalm 32. We have, enjoy every moment. Enjoy every moment. And then we have, take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. And then we have, think happy. Be happy. My dear friends, and this brings us to the end of this episode, and we will continue on the next episode, of course, as always, because I'm always excited to be here. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. That's a way to support if you'd like to support, and I want to thank you for your support, of course. And don't forget to like as well, comment, and also share. We are all doing the work. We're just doing it in different ways. So you never know who may need to hear the message, when you share it. That being said, I think that's about it. Is that it? I think so. Yeah, so don't forget to comment about the archetype thingy that I was talking about, the ones that you connect to the most, the one that you connect to the most, and the ones that you can relate to, and the ones that you wish you could relate to. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, just take care of yourself. I hope you guys continue to stay safe and sane. And until the next episode, bye bye now.